Am I the asshole for disobeying my BF? My BF M20 and IF20 have been together for nearly 4 months, and things have been good so far. He's super sweet, all my family and friends think so. We are definitely still in the honeymoon phase of our relationship. Despite his sweet nature, my BF hates this one guy, Max M20, a lot. My friends who have known my BF for far longer than I have told me that Max and my BF knew each other way back in elementary school and throughout high school but have never gotten along. Even throughout uni, they never interact despite sharing several mutual friends and both pursuing the same degree. When I've asked my BF about it, he only says that Max is an awful person. The friends who knew both my BF and Max have largely maintained that Max was an absolute piece of shit way back then but has since become a nicer person. 2 days ago, one of my girlfriends, Hannah F19, asked me to come along to a house party hosted by Max, and several of my own friends planned on going. I was kinda reluctant to go as I knew my BF may not have wanted to, and it might upset him, but my friends convinced me, and I decided to go. Not too many people were there, but I had an awesome time with my friends. We danced, played a few games, and had some drinks. I even got a chance to speak with Max and some of his friends. He was well-mannered and a little charming, and all my friends thought he was a great guy. The next day, I texted my BF telling him about the party and how great it was. I told him that I had the chance to speak with Max, and my BF wasn't too happy. He said that I knew how he felt about him and that I basically breached trust by going. I told my BF that he was being childish and was probably feeling a little insecure. But he cut me off, saying that it wasn't my place to say that. I got annoyed by this and said that right now he was probably way worse than Max ever was, and he then promptly hung up. I've texted him afterward, reiterating that he was being childish and that his feelings were probably based on something trivial anyways, and his response was, "I don't want to talk right now." I've texted Hannah, and she said I probably should not have said anything about going at all and that I was being a bit insensitive. Am I the asshole? Edit. My BF has previously suggested that he did not want me to interact with Max. Update. So, after a long phone conversation with one of my BF's friends Andy, I finally gained a little insight into the history between my BF and Maximum. Surprisingly, they were once good friends, until they were around 9 or 10 years old. According to Andy, Max, who was always kinda a little shit, became a full-blown devil child. He was a horrible bully, not only to my BF but to so many other kids as well. He used intimidation and cunning to traumatize so many people, but he particularly hated my BF because my BF would regularly stand up and confront him. As Andy put it, Max took a special delight in tormenting my BF. This escalated throughout high school, where they were both awful to each other and also very competitive academically. Andy isn't too sure about the details, but apparently, Max bullied one of my BF's close friends really badly in high school, and that friend had to change schools. Andy isn't clear about any of these details, but apparently my BF somehow got back at Max for this, and this played a role Max mellowing before starting uni. I'd say you're the asshole. Especially for the dig about him being insecure and for saying he's probably worse than Max ever was. You're the asshole, no question. You didn't disobey him, you lied to him. He isn't being childish. Max played nice, manipulated you into a ride, manipulated you into getting your number. Then sent you home to tell your boyfriend knowing it would hurt him. If you even told your BF he drove you home and you gave him your number. Max is going to try to sleep with you to get back at your boyfriend. He is using you, and you are helping him hurt someone you say you care about because you like the attention. Believe me or don't, but when this all implodes, it will absolutely be your fault. You're the asshole. Your response is way out of line. You didn't even have the respect to tell him it was Max's party. You knew exactly what you were doing. It's funny how you mention Max by name but didn't bother to put a name to your BF. You're the asshole. You've known your BF for only 4 months, you have no idea of the lifelong dynamic between him and Maximum. And then to say that your BF was probably worse than his enemy. Wow, you are the AH just for that. Just because Max may be nice now doesn't negate how terrible he treated your BF in the past. I'm glad your soon-to-be ex-BF found about your lack of character sooner rather than later. Edit for typo. You're the asshole, and if you aren't sleeping with Max in like a month, I'd be shocked. Your BF will be way better off without you. You're an asshole WTF face with tears of joy. Max may have mellowed or just learnt to hide his nature better. If so, how happy he must have been to have the girlfriend of the person that stood up to him falling for his superficial charms. You're the asshole, you were selfish and even had the foresight to know your actions would hurt your BF and proceeded anyway. You also gaslighted your boyfriend about something you knew would hurt him and tried to downplay his feelings rather than getting to the root of his dislike for Maximum. You're the asshole, and I'll add an extra AH for how you chose to title this. You didn't disobey your boyfriend, you betrayed his trust. I guess I added 4. Yeah, you're the asshole. You know you are. You also sound like you're smitten by Max, and since he's so taboo, you'll throw away your BF. I bet dollars to donuts I'm right. We all can see you wanna fuck this charming man Max, so just do it already and free your BF from your asshole self. OP, let me ask you a question, do you want to fuck Max? Is that why you're doing everything possible to be around him and hang out with him? You're the asshole. Why didn't you tell him ahead of time that you were going to Max's party? It's because you thought that it would be easier that way. You were sneaky and manipulative. And the way you spoke to him was cruel and dismissive. I hope you had a really good time, because I'm pretty sure your relationship is going to be over really soon. You're the asshole. This little story will most likely end up in 2 possible ways. End up sleeping with Max because you're clearly charmed by him. Tries to get in your pants to piss off your BF. Either way, this situation is dumb as hell and feels like an episode of a high school drama. If you had wanted to continue to have the same boyfriend, then you're the asshole. And are you really naive enough to think that Max wasn't charming you on purpose because he knew who your boyfriend was? Do you think jerks can't act charming for a few hours in order to cause havoc? You knew your boyfriend wouldn't like it, went anyway, and after one encounter think you know Max better. Not only are you the asshole, you betrayed your boyfriend, and you are naive beyond words. Boyfriend should dump you. You're the asshole. So you go hang out with someone that you know your BF has an issue with. He never told you the exact reason for the issue, but others agree Max was not a good person back then. Did it ever occur to you that you hung out with your BF's bully and now you go tell your BF what a great guy he is? Yeah, you're the asshole. Respect boundaries. You're the asshole. It should be obvious Max bullied your BF when he was younger, and he doesn't want to revisit it by sharing details. Going to a party hosted by your BF's bully is tacky, and you'd feel the same way if the shoe was on the other foot. You're the asshole. You seem to be going out of your way to intentionally piss off your boyfriend. You have handled this situation about as poorly as you possibly could have. Not only going to the party but making sure your boyfriend knew what a great time you had, giving your phone number out, invalidating your boyfriend's feelings. It all seems orchestrated to play them off of each other and that you're enjoying the attention. This is not how one respects their partner. Your response to him was you're the asshole. The part about calling him insecure and childish for expressing how he feels about a situation that he thought you would understand is not a healthy way to address another person's feelings. The advice your friend offered about lying is also you're the asshole. He felt betrayed and wanted to have that addressed. Instead, he was called names and called worse than the person that he felt was not a good person. I suggest a lot of reflection on your part, otherwise, you may end up in toxic relationships caused by the way you respond to uncertainty.